What's good? Oh, the camera's right there. My bad. I'm looking at the computer screen saying what's good. Anyway, though, right now, the video we about to watch, I'm going to do the whole video, right? But I think I might have to break this up in parts. Maybe, maybe not. I don't even think I should care about breaking it up in parts, but I may do it. Um, April and Phil, Margera's. April and Phil Margera's Unlimited House Tour. Listen, I used to watch this shit back in the day. What is it? Viva La Bam. I used to watch it. I loved it. Um, they were a big inspiration and wanting to create stuff like that. Like I loved it, and I know probably millions of other people wanted to. Even as a grown man right now, you don't even understand the type of fun I would have. So maybe I need to bring. Maybe I just need to do this shit on my own. God damn, boy, that shit was fun watching back then, man. I ain't gonna front. It was so entertaining. It was so fun watching them do wild shit, break shit up, and it was fun to watch. Excuse me, hold up, I gotta move the laptop a little closer. It was fun to actually watch how the mom responded. Like you wanted this type of energy. You wanted to be able to do this type of stuff. I mean, as was not gonna happen like that though. Mom didn't killed you. But what I will say is this: when I was little, right, it was me and my friend Keon, and we made a slip and slide in the basement. If anybody remembers slip and slide, we literally wet the floor and was down there sliding our asses off on this wet motherfucker. We was having the time of our lives in that basement, and this was way before Viva La Bam and anything like that. This was the '90s. We was young, like we was young. This was like mid '90s. I wasn't in high school at all, and it was the summertime, and we was having a ball doing that shit. But let's get into this video because I want to see what they say. I've already watched half of it, but I took it back to the beginning because I really just want to watch it from the beginning so we can go through it and see everything because I'm pretty sure this is going to be very nostalgic for a lot of people. Wait, oh yeah, I got to go to the start button.
Hey guys, it's April and Phil Margera.
Hello everybody.
I'm gonna make your ears bleed.
Not this time.
This isn't good.
I remember that. I remember that.
No! Not the case!
Welcome to the first season house.
Jackass was filmed here. A lot of Viva La Bam.
We've changed some things, but a lot of things are the same. So you'll have to come in and check it out.
I put up 2 billboards.
It was a true nightmare.
I still have PTSD
Don't
thinking about
feed
them
Phil.
now.
You know, it's taken it to a new level.
Hey yo, this
We
shit was
plowed
so
right through
fucking
that
classic.
garage.
That episode was hell to film.
The neighbors are like watching through their window.
I've been so embarrassed here so many times. Oh my God!
So at the age of 21, we moved into the new
21?
house in Thornton. We call it Greyhawk.
I believe the year was 2000.
2000, I was getting kicked out of high school. I didn't graduate till 2001. I had to go for an extra year. I got kicked out because of a couple events. Not because my grades was bad. I got kicked out because of a couple of different events that happened throughout junior year and senior year.
When the Margeras bought that house.
Yo, welcome to my house.
They went from living in a tiny little rancher to, you know, a McMansion, you know, a large suburban home. Bam had purchased that house with his brother and parents, so they all kind of had a little stake in it. It was like such a cool family dynamic, and we immediately started filming there.
We actually filmed the whole opening scene on 35mm camera for Viva La Bam as I'm ripping around on a
That's dope.
four-wheeler, and then eventually I crash into Ape and Phil on a couch.
I'm gonna make your ears bleed.
Viva La Bam.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened out here in the front yard. I know they
35
were
millimeter.
always tearing up the lawn with the four-wheelers.
Yes.
Yo, he was always smiling. Phil was always smiling. Like he was he He was always smiling throughout any of these processes. You're gonna see Phil with a smile on his face.
Howard, every landscaper we hired, you're not getting grass to grow. It's finally grown, and he's turfing it. Here in the front yard, Compton Terry was riding the four-wheeler, and Bam's Audi was here, and he meant to hit the brakes, but he floored it, and he smashed right into the Audi.
It might have been the first time he's ever rode a four-wheeler.
Well, the four-wheeler, and that wasn't even the worst part. The very worst part was we had spent months and months with a landscaper to put in like walks and lighting and everything else, and a week and a half after he had finished, after I'm like, please finish, I pulled in from work and they had us back
What's up
and
with the
put
quality?
a whole moat here, dug up
What's
all
going
the lighting,
on?
all of the walkways, and I just sat in my car thinking, don't look mad, April, don't look mad. Just try to put a smile on your face and say, I'm going to kill you all.
I decided to build a moat with a drawbridge in front of.
Hold up, man. I don't like the quality of what's going on right now. I ain't feeling that. Like, I ain't feeling that.
The house.
Got all blurry and shit. Look at that. Hold up. Let's get. Come on, man. Give me my quality
That
back.
sucked
Right.
because it was like October or November and it was cold and it was only plywood. They built a whole castle wall here, and I said, you're filming the wrong show. You should be filming the kids on the school bus, because they were all on one side of the bus going like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
There's a house right next door.
There we
the
go,
neighbors
there we
are like
go.
watching through their window. That was called the family reunion episode, and my Uncle Pat just got out of jail.
Oh, Pat made it!
And I think he started drinking again.
Why do you always have to be drunk? I'm not always drunk. I haven't been drunk in 11 months.
Hey, yo, I remember this, John. Yeah, I've been drunk in 11 months. I remember this, John. Yo, they looked at crazy as hell.
Because you were locked up?
Either way, Don Vito was drunk, and my grandma was not very happy about it. She had a meltdown, which she always has at any kind of holiday dinner. It's just a normal thing.
This whole family is crazy. Put that on your MTV movie. Get the hell out of here.
Put that on your MTV movie. And MTV flipped out in a good way. To them, they were like, oh, we got a crazy person on TV. And I felt really bad because I'm like, dude, he kind of filmed her out of context. See, she was upset about other things that were happening at the house. A lot of drama happened that night.
I ordered an elephant from Connecticut for $13,000 a day.
What was that?
$13,000 a day for an elephant.
There was an
Good content. Good content.
elephant out here.
Yeah, the elephant that I think showed up a day early, I heard they stayed at the Best Western.
As I paid another $13,000 to actually get started on filming. So the timing on that wasn't good. You have to be ready when you're going to be ordering an elephant from Connecticut, and we weren't.
My favorite scene was when Vito was trying to get in the house, and the elephant was trying to get in at the same time.
He's going to break out with doors.
Not this time!
This isn't good, man.
Oh,
if
that
you
was
watch
good.
that, you'll laugh like crazy.
I know.
Get
Yeah.
away, get out of the way.
Hey, I can't believe you got elephants coming to your house.
I know, but I'm letting you in anyway.
The whole neighborhood was so
She
excited.
throwing shots.
that
You see that shot she just took? She just took a mean shot. Oh man, what is this? What do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? Come on. How is this giving me the wheel when I just watched it? How?
Elephant. The next day, I get a pink letter in the mail to get a citation, which was some new rule that the township
remember
made
that.
up that you're not allowed to have elephants in your house.
That's a pretty specific rule.
An elephant was reported being brought on the site about 9:30, 2003.
So I get thanked by the neighbors, and at the same time, I'm getting a citation in the mail from the township. I can't win.
Yeah, I had to go to court for 2 citations, and one of them was for the elephant. And they sent me a letter after the elephant was long gone. It says, well, you must cease and desist with an elephant in your yard. So I went to court and says, I got the letter after the elephant was gone, so he dropped that charge. And what was the second charge?
Castle wall.
I beat that one too. So whatever happened, we got away with it.
There's a elephant in the yard.
How are you not going to get
The
away with it?
police show up. I'm like, what the did you think was going to happen?
How are you not going to get away with it? By the time they send out the letter, the shit is gone. Phil was probably having a field day going to court for no reason.
Cops ever get called on this place, like when you guys are filming, or?
Oh yeah, and then they got out of the car and asked for autographs and said, you know,
They were the friendliest people in the world.
They were great. Listen, they know it was like Kooky Town, and what are you gonna do?
You guys are so close to all these other houses.
Yeah, within
in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
We have the greatest neighbors.
Oh shit!
And
I never
all
knew that they was that
through
close to
filming,
people.
you know, Viva La Bam, the office would say, what can we do for the neighbors? I'm like, keep sending them presents. Like, send them muffin of the month, jelly of the month, send them beef, send them flowers. And every time they say, do you think the neighbors will be okay? I said, I think they need another round. So they used to love it because they just turn their chairs, watch what's happening.
Christmas time.
Picture national.
You know how dope that would have been to be a neighbor living across the street and you just come outside and just, I don't even need to watch TV. TV's right here. They gonna be on TV anyway. They gonna be on TV anyway, but I get to actually see them directly in my face. I'd have been losing my mind. I would have joined the party.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That house that Clark Griswold labored for the entire movie to turn the lights on.
Very dope movie. Need to watch that.
We wanted to create that.
We wanted to go big.
Put lights on the lights. Now you're starting to get it.
With about $20,000 worth of lights,
This little pickup truck pulls up with just cardboard boxes. And I'm like, where's the rest? So that was the big visual of the show.
The rest?
Flushed down the tubes. So our art department went to like Walmart and got all the lights they could at the last minute. But you gotta understand, we didn't film this at Christmas time. There were no lights. I think it was June. It's definitely not the Clark Griswold National Lampoon Vacation House, but we took what we could get.
we sparked all the lights on like Chevy Chase, and ha!
I mean, to be honest, even watching that younger, I always thought, man, they could have gone a little harder in the lights.
Yeah.
I remember them having like snow machines and just kind of making it this like insane looking winter wonderland.
We had to order a bunch of snow machines from the Poconos.
Yo, this is crazy.
We had snow in our yard, and the little girl came over and said, Mrs. Margera, why is it snowing in your yard and it's not snowing in ours? I'm like, Carrie, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on.
It does snow in the wintertime, but we were pretty unlucky with that.
Here we are at the Margera house in Westchester, Pennsylvania. It is coming down crazy out here.
We had the snow.
Go! Come on, man!
We had a Santa Claus.
Honest, Christmas is there. No steam trucks this Christmas. Christmas is over.
We had a choir. We had a cow
Don
dressed
Fido
up
was
like
that
a
dude,
reindeer. We had the four-wheelers going. And we had the house lit up like lights. And the township building literally closed down, got into a van, came over here, and didn't know what in the hell to do with us. They didn't know what to cite us for. They didn't know whether there was a citation about a cow.
I guess that's a hell of a time to pause it, huh? Right on the cow's nuts. Yo, what are you going to cite them for? Leave them alone. They're bringing attention to the community. Shut the fuck up.
With reindeer horns or a choir or anything. The whole thing was insane. They're like, we don't even know what
This
to do.
is
And I'm like,
definitely a
just
little
keep
bit of a
driving.
better setup. Damn! He broke, like I said, I watched this earlier. I don't remember that part. I don't remember seeing that part when he broke the actual, I guess the whole lens or just the filter on the lens. Yo, I promise you, when this started, yo, when this came out, I was probably just getting outside and wilding in life, doing some regular ass shit. It was living in the hood, but this was like a very, very this was like a creative inspiration. Viva La Bam. It was one of the dopest shows that I got to see at the time, and to see it be what it was, and like I just, man, this was my energy. Still is. I'm a big child. I'm responsible though.
Oh, and let me tell you, when we were done filming all the show, we were done Viva La Bam, we got a new car, and Bam dumped an entire jar like this of purple sparkles into the air conditioner vents.
Oh, so he just kept it moving, kept it going. Just because the show was over don't mean it doesn't stop.
He liked purple glitter. He put purple glitter in it.
As soon as you hit the air conditioner, you got blasted with sparkles.
Now this next prank we refer to as seeing dots.
Ryan Dunn.
Yourself some hole punch dots. You place them into the vents. Now you point the vents, turn the air conditioner on high. You want it to be like a party in here. As soon as your buddy starts the car, it's party time.
Now, we took it over to the Chevy dealer like maybe 6 months in, and I realized as the guy sat in my car and he was going to move it to the back, he's going to turn the car, and it's kind of one of those moments where you're going like, no, and I see poof. I'm like, oh.
That had to be beautiful for him. That had to be a great moment to watch it. I mean, even though you didn't want it to happen to the man, but it had to be fucking epic to watch. You feel me?
And he goes, what the hell?
Hey,
Are you the jackass people? I'm like, yeah, sorry about sparkles.
Like a party on my face.
She still has a lot of energy.
You showed up once and he took your PT Cruiser.
I took my mom's PT Cruiser, which I call it the PT Loser, and took it to an auto body shop to basically do what is now called Pimp My Ride before Pimp My Ride.
It's gonna look like a rolling crappy disco.
So we had a massive exhaust blowers on the side. We put flames decals on the doors.
Those decals are so bad.
There were some pipes coming out of the top.
The air goes down in the engine, it's like super fast. You'll get to work 10 minutes faster. You'll leave 10 minutes later.
Some Yosemite Sam back off mud flaps.
After we filmed it, I'm like, I can't ride around in my car like this. And they're like, don't you love it? I'm like, no, I can't go to work this way.
What was I like? That was 2020, 2002, 2003, somewhere around that time. I was 19. I was around like 19. They were like 21. He was like 21. Like, yo, could you imagine? You just got a full-fledged show at MTV. You're 21 years old. Pretty much fresh out of high school. And you can wild the fuck out like this. Come on, man. Like, they was living.
Did you keep it that way?
1 or 2 trips to work, and then they
One or
said,
two
"Get rid of
trips
it."
to work, but then I took it in, and then they left the snake shifter on the thing. I came out of the Giant after grocery shopping, and I had all frozen food. The shifter thing came off, and I couldn't move the car. Couldn't put it in gear. Couldn't start it because I couldn't get it into neutral to, or park. It was like stuck in between. I think I called Dunn, and I'm like, Dunn, I'm stuck at the Giant, and you're going to come and get me. You know what I mean? Because it's your fault.
I'd kick my own ass if I drove this thing.
We put hydraulics in Phil's van, so it bounces up and down like a fucking Ice Cube video.
Yeah, this was one of the greatest shows ever back then.
Yeah, they smashed the van, and he was sad about that.
I promise you this show was so much fun, yo. I promise you. I don't even know why I'm pausing. I can talk while it's going.
I gotta be honest, for such a gag that was supposed to get a rise out of a person, it did not turn out like we wanted it. The guy at the junkyard assured us, I don't know why he said this, because it wasn't true. He said he had a machine that compressed vehicles.
Is this where you wanted it?
What we were trying to do was a throwback to one of our favorite 1980s movies, National Lampoon's Original Vacation. So Clark Griswold, there was this machine that compressed the car down to like a block. That's what we wanted. And that's what the guy at the junkyard told us he had. A machine just
Well,
like that.
he
didn't
lied.
have one. He just had like
He
a cat
lied.
crane rig. He just used the shovel to like smash the car down. That's it. That's all they had. We were like, wait, that's it? It was just a wrecked car. It wasn't that visual block.
But then they gave you a new one.
We got you a new ride, Phil.
No, you're kidding. Is it stolen?
You like it?
Yeah, we'll keep it. There was some kind of box
So
with
crazy.
a bunch of
Seeing a
food
blocky
and
and
money.
then
They
they
had
go
you and
to-
Vito go in over there.
Look at our bonus box. We're gonna stick Phil and Don Vito inside and blast everything we can all over them through them air hoses.
Yeah, the air was flowing the money, and we had to grab it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was in the backyard.
That was in the
backyard.
backyard. Okay. There was no warning about any of this stuff ever.
No, we never got a warning. There was only one time I was in the garage and I found a script, which I didn't even know there was a script for Viva La Bam because we were never given anything. They just did stuff and we never got anything. But I found it and I opened it up and I read the script that they wanted to do, like I guess a couple weeks later, and it says, put 100 tarantulas in April's cabinets. So I shut the thing and I went in and I started to cry and I said, I'm leaving. I am not going to be here for this because even if they forget one, I'll be dead and it will forever haunt me. So I like ruminated on that for about a day and a half until I finally went to the director and I'm like, I got to tell you that I found a script and I can't live through this. And they said, oh, don't worry about it. Bam already scrapped it. He said he couldn't either.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
Tarantulas. That's wild. Wild. Yeah, you would have had to get every last one of them Jones up out of there. I don't think they'd be able to keep the house if they would have went through that process. I think it would have been more or less like, yo, it's time to move the fuck out. Man. I think my mom would have, if I would have did a piece, 90% of this stuff in the video, if you was a homie, so I don't want to say N-word really, but if you was a homie, I promise you, 90% of the stuff, if we would have chose to do this to our parents, they would have really replaced us with other children. They would have did exactly what they was telling us. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out, and I'll bury you in the backyard. We would have been buried in the backyard. They probably would have buried us all in the same backyard.
Yes. Thank you, Bam.
Just never made it to the show.
Thank God.
You guys want to carry on inside?
Yeah, we can go inside.
So this is the stairway. You guys did sledding down this.
You know, being the Christmas episode was a success, we decided this time to use the snow machine on the inside, making the front stairwell a complete ski slope.
April's going to murder me. I think it's looking pretty good.
Wild.
Novak was the first
Wild.
to try it. He bashed out the front window, twisting his leg.
Had to be so much fun.
What the hell is that? We're sledding.
We're sledding.
What the hell?
Give me a 10.
Yeah, they did a lot of like skiing and sledding over to the side.
You went down a sled on it once, I think.
I did. Well, they made me. Yeah.
Ma'am, just please come in. Hold back. Let me play. You gotta watch that wall. Here, you do it. Oh.
Hey, yo.
That was so good.
And yeah, that thing was really
Yo.
gnarly.
I'm going skating.
You're going to kill yourself.
No. I'm going skating. He's a pro skateboarder.
He's a pro skateboarder.
And it was very hard to clean
Proceeds
up.
to
You can
crash.
see it's actually still loose.
I slid down it too, remember?
Did it?
Yes, landed into the door.
I don't know. It's all blur to me.
Yeah.
Oh, they feel.
That is true though. Like, I ain't gonna say that's true. How did they not knock that railing down? How they ain't break that shit? They actually did not break it. They tore the door the fuck up. They did not break that banister.
A lot of stuff
Did
there.
they?
Yeah.
Here's a mirror where I check out my ass and shit right before we go film.
Wildin'.
Well, ripping the door down, they
Waste of time.
Right, they did film that, I remember, when they ripped the door out here.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this?
And I mean, the pool out back, actually, even, they did the original Jackass jet ski jump in our pool. And that screwed it up so bad.
Really?
With the oil and the pebbles and everything else, but you know, our pool is kind of like irregular.
Did it just not work
But we
good?
ended up refilming that on top of a mountain in Malibu in one of those big lap pools.
I love the fact that she says we. She was part of it. She was part of all the shenanigans. Don't let April fool you. She loved it.
And that was more.
Hey, yo, they had a camera just in the bush. Just in the bush. Like, he could have literally smacked the camera. They didn't have it on a tripod. I mean, if it was now today, they probably would have just had a drone right there. But in the bush.
Effective, because then it went down a hill too.
Right.
So that was filmed twice, but the first one was filmed here.
Wow.
So.
They should air the first version of doing it here. That would
Well,
be
I don't
awesome.
think it was like so great because they put like this little shed together and he went through that and it kind of was like uneventful. But we had to clean up and it was a mess.
Did anything ever happen in there?
Usually they put the cameras in there.
Right.
And all the sound equipment and stuff. And the porch wasn't there. We actually knocked through a window and put a whole big side porch.
Didn't I tackle
looks
Bam
nice.
here once?
So.
I might have tackled Bam against the couch.
Broke the couch! I think he said in one of the episodes or somewhere, he's like, this is the room where nothing ever happens in.
So the first room I want to show you is
I remember
the
that
room
tackle,
that
though.
nobody goes in.
Before we did Viva La Bam, they were calling it Bam TV.
Right.
So we sat here on the sofa and he spray painted with like enamel paint, by the way, on the wall, Bam TV in spray paint.
Oh, so it was right here? Yeah.
It was right there.
You come back here and see it?
Don't look at all the mess. It was right here.
I'm sure he didn't tell you he was going to do it.
No, he spray painted on the wall, and then we heard later that afternoon that he couldn't use Bam TV. It was going to be called Viva La Bam because Boston Academy of Music has Bam.
Did you see that? Meat toothpaste? Yo, the things that were entertaining in 2003. Some of that stuff would not be entertaining now to some people. To me, probably still be entertaining. But I guess now they would consider that dark humor to a point or some wild shit. But I mean, damn. We gotta bring this back, yo. We gotta bring this back. Like it's time to get canceled because that would have got them canceled. Like it's so much stuff that they did in here, they would have got canceled. They would have been, oh my god.
Oh.
He can't use Bam.
So the first thing we filmed was the wake up with the chainsaw.
5 in the morning, I got my parents Ape and Phil asleep right here.
I remember this.
Instantly got a chainsaw and cut a hole in the second floor, only to install a fire pole.
We need a fire pole.
I don't even believe it. Are you insane?
And it was all real. So for those of you who think, oh, it's scripted, I can tell fake when I said, oh, it was 100% real.
My bedroom was on the second floor, and then I would take the fire pole down to my editing room.
How long was that hole in the house?
It's still there.
Okay, so Phil's office,
Yeah.
which I'm going to warn you already.
Because I'm transferring up the basement up to here.
He's been doing that for years. So anyway, this is where the trap door is, and we took the fire pole out. But Phil does the business of Bam, and it's not pretty. Okay? There is the trap door.
No way. I can't believe that's still there.
Still there.
Fire pole came
But I
down.
gotta tell you that my grandkids are seriously pissed. They want to know why these things are here. And we said, well, that's where the fire pole was. And they're like, where's the fire pole now? And I'm like, well, we took it out because it's in the middle of the room. Why would you do that? And they're like, we missed all the fun. And that's not fair.
Right.
So when are we going to do this again? I'm like, okay.
Right! Yeah! Go! Get straight down. That was awesome.
Once we had the fire
burger
pole,
shirt.
we can take the fire pole out, and it's got a little hatch latch. So I set up, you know, a rug that you just walk down and just fall into a hole. And Novak fell for that one pretty good.
That's a hell of a fucking.
Phil's very organized. He knows where everything is in this pit.
I believe
Mess.
it.
Leave it there. Don't take that. Keep your bum buck.
Did Bam used to edit in this room? This used to be that editing room.
So this is my editing room, and it's also my favorite room.
Yeah, Bim had 3 big computers there. You
Right.
could edit. What was that called?
Media
Something
100.
Media 100.
The Media 100 room. It's all half-assed right now,
Well, anyway, this is what I do to his office. Let's never go back
Makes it
there
easier.
again.
Oh man, and we don't need to go down here, but I do want to talk about this.
This is my mess down here, but we still do have the painted
The
wall.
wall in Wee Man hid in the wall.
My mom already painted this gray castle-looking wall that leads down to the basement, and we painted Wee Man exactly the same way. And just waited for somebody to go down the basement, and we got a lot of funny reactions out of the deal.
Oh, God.
I had to paint this wall in one day.
Now see, it was pretty dark when she opened it up. It was pretty dark down there. So if it was the same darkness, then I could see that happening. I'm a little bit feel a little bit staged, but their reactions feel a little bit staged. But at the same time, if it was that dark, then you probably got a chance to get away with it with Wee Man being down there like that.
Because we were
Realistically, anybody taller would have definitely been seen.
trying to make it kind of like in Bam's style, but
Right.
yeah, so it's still here.
I like it.
I'm too lazy to repaint
And
it.
then he used to skate down there with those
He
skate
did.
ramps.
This is going to be redone down here. It's going to be pretty.
Now, see what I said about earlier, where when I was little, me and a friend of mine, we created a slip and slide in the basement. We got beat. We got block beatings. My mom beat us. Then his mom beat us. Then I think his dad beat us too. Back then, that wasn't child abuse. Back then, that was standard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, there's a window. There's a door right here.
The basement was pretty much devoted to me, so we got a big screen TV.
Can I just play the tape?
Play. This was scorched to Dear Diary.
So in Haggard, my brother was playing video games all day to the point where he was a zombie.
Breaking in this house.
Dude, he doesn't care. He's been playing this game for so long.
Had a purple rug, of course, with a cement line on it with 2 quarter pipes on each end. Which I skated quite often. Kerry Getz and I would have a lot of sessions down there. And we would just get goofy. You know, just trying to get creative as we could. Blunt, nose grab, bash your foot to a drum, and then come back in. Dropping in on a treadmill only to slam right into the quarter pipe. Frontside axle stall to jump 360, back to axle stall to in. Kickflip on flat to the wall. And
Looks
we
so
filmed
fun.
some stuff in 35mm for Haggard on that. It looks really rad. We shot some CKY videos down there, attached at the hip. The whole right side with the door was devoted to DiCamillo and his arcade games.
Mortal Kombat, Tetris, and Dig Dug.
To the point where I
That's
was
sick.
missing flights over Miss
That's sick.
Pac-Man and Tetris, and I had to get rid of them.
It's seriously ridiculous.
It was ruining the flow of my business.
But it's all fabric and sewing machines now, so boring.
All right, here we are, the kitchen.
Here's the kitchen. This is where Rye drinks beer.
Coffee right now.
Bam kick flipped off that.
M. Night Shyamalan.
See her face. She see her face.
Bam kick flipped off the.
Yes, and guess what? And the gash in the floor is right still here.
It's still there.
Yeah, and I'm so mad. His trucks and wheels.
Oh!
Look, all of it. These are all gash
That was
marks.
only from a few tries,
She's
huh? Did you like it or what?
What?
Your shirt matches the wall. Did you like the kickflip?
From skateboard decks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't look at the dirt. I'm ready to clean today when you guys leave.
I think one of the most memorable things about this kitchen is it was completely painted blue. Everything, to the bananas, to everything.
Didn't they paint Phil blue?
They did.
That's so wild.
We modeled a lot of the episodes after our favorite 80s movies.
I think I just got done watching Weird Science.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on the 80s movies binge. Oh shit. I'm definitely gonna have to go on the 80s movies binge.
You know, the part
'Cause
where
the
they
80s
turn the
had some
entire
great
kitchen
movies.
blue.
Weird Science. We wanted to create that.
We had a crew of 20 people painting everything in that kitchen blue, from the kitchen counter to the cabinets, to the inside of the cabinets, to the
Wild.
forks, to the knives, to the apples, to the oranges, to the
time.
entire refrigerator and what was inside of it.
The time that was dedicated to do this is like, it's so dope. It's so dope. I promise you, this it's like such an inspiration to watch this, to think about the creative, retarded stuff I thought about back then, seeing this, and now to think about the creative, retarded stuff that I think about now, to take the chance with.
We had to rig it so April didn't know, and she was actually really pissed the fuck off. It's blue, fluorescent blue screen blue. It's such a hard color to hide. Do you know how many layers of paint had to go over that thing to obscure it?
Decorative and design it.
Phil just chilling.
Came out of your mouth. Oh my God.
20 years later, and my mom still finds blue in the kitchen.
You were still finding blue stuff.
Oh yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Painted this kitchen maybe 8 more times. Okay. There's some blue right there.
You never covered it yet?
Yep, see it?
There's some blue.
There's some blue.
Still some blue. I don't know.
I can't believe I'm showing you under my cabinet.
Oh yeah. I see some blue right there.
It shows up everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yep. It was crazy. And I remember saying, why couldn't you just light, especially the ceiling blue? He goes, because then it wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be authentic. He goes, what am I going to stage it? It would be so lame.
You have to understand, every little detail in that house was painted by her, like hand
That's
painted.
sick though.
So I have to say that everything Bam did was very authentic. And I got to tell you that if you think you know your groceries, you don't. Because once they're painted blue, you open up a can, it could be cat food, could be tuna, could be beans, could be soup. There were things that I'm like, I would know baked beans, right? But this doesn't look like baked beans, and this is a baked bean thing. But we had to guess for a long time, so we just gave the cat most of it.
She opened up what she thought was baked beans to put in chili, and it was cranberry sauce. So I said, since you opened it, throw it in there.
No.
She threw it in there and it made it delicious. I loved it.
He's as bad as Bam with the stories. Now,
Well, I
I
remember-
hope
Yo, they gotta be in their 70s. Cause Bam is in his 40s. So they gotta be in like their 70s. If they in their 60s, or they probably close to their 70s or in their 70s. If they in their 60s, then they had to be like in their 20s, early 20s or something, like when they started having children. Damn, I want to look up how old they are now. Shout out to Phil and April, my bad.
That way you
I
remember
opened
your
it
way.
up and I thought it was something else. And
You
it
thought it was beans.
slid into the chili before I could get it. And I was like, oh my God, I think that was cranberry sauce.
I was glad about
And
it.
I didn't say anything to them because I just was like, I'll just stir it through. You know what I mean? Maybe nobody will notice. So I served chili that night, and I remember even Jesse was here, you were here, Bam was here, and they're like, is the chili different? I'm like, no, why? There's nothing wrong. He's like, no, it's so good.
Cranberry sauce and chili.
It's like kind of like tangy, but really good. And I'm like, really? That's funny. So
Might
I
have
put
to
that
try
in
that.
Back to the blue paint. The phone line still has a piece of blue on it.
Yeah, that's some blue right there.
I replaced all of this because this was all blue.
Wow.
And we're the only ones that still have a house phone, but we do that just to get rid of people. So
It's better for business.
What about?
It's not
they don't
traceable.
need to know all that.
Okay, well, I like a landline so it doesn't go through the air.
This room is like
Smart
I
man.
also wanted to talk about this. MTV, you know, they got these weird ass props of like these bazooka rocket fireworks.
Hey! Hit the deck! Why?
Hit deck.
What is that?
We all fired these all over the kitchen. My mom's not giving. It was madness. Don't even know where those things came from, but they were f***ing gnarly.
That's fucking dope, man.
Look at the carpet.
the carpet's all melted.
Deco shot that one.
I'm so tired of
Could
burn
clean
up
that
carpet.
out. That's cleanable.
TV room.
This whole room was a skate park.
The ramps were
Yeah.
all through this room.
I remember that.
Tony Hawk was skating in
That
here with
was
Bam.
so crazy.
Over
that
the
was,
fireplace, yeah.
Do all that stuff outside. We gotta go over the fireplace. Do whatever I know. Yeah, it looks good. Tony Hawk, yeah, let him skate through there. Yeah. Everybody's in the house. Have a big party.
As things started to escalate and as Viva La Bam started, it just got really, really fun because there was opportunity to have a lot of people involved. A lot of skaters, you know, like Tony Hawk and Bucky Lasik.
I love how you keep everything on the mantelpiece.
They just started, you know, coming out and helping with all the nonsense
Private
that we were doing.
jets back then.
Being we had a $300,000 budget for the first episode of Viva La Bam, I told my parents I was giving them a free paid vacation to Atlantic City in a limousine at the nicest
She
hotel
was drinking
there.
a cooler.
A 1974 limousine the whole way to Atlantic City. Really fun.
Them thinking that the good son that I am, well, that's very nice of them. That was just a
Yo, her
f***ing
laugh
ruse
is
to get
so
him out
crazy.
of there. We flew in
So
Jeff
innocent.
Raleigh,
Well, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Tony Hawk, Tim O'Connor, Donnie Barley, Bucky Lasik, a substantial amount of pros. The entire inside of the house got gutted to put a massive roll-in in the dining room going straight through the kitchen, 2 quarter pipes over the fire pit, which Tony Hawk did first, followed by me, and then another ramp to the entire wall, which I nose bonked it so hard that some drywall chipped out.
You like what I did with the place?
That episode was hell. Hell to film. We had to hire an abundance of cameramen. I think there was like 8 cameramen. And they all thought that if they got the best shots, they would get a permanent place on the show. We had a little break in the action, and I said, guys, we got to split this up. We're all fighting each other. Let's work together. And they said, you just want to be the one to get the best shots. We're just going to get whatever we can, right, guys? And I was like, you're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
So many cars here. Our neighbors are going to hate us.
Of course, Ape and Phil return only to lose their mind.
And I mean, I couldn't even believe that they did it,
Right.
to tell you the
You
truth.
had no idea you were walking into that at all.
Oh, hell no. But I just knew whatever it was wasn't going to be good.
Right.
I just didn't know that.
Yo, I remember that episode. That episode was so classic. It's really taking my words from me to be watching this because this reminds me of so much. This show alone back then was one of the shows that I actually watched that was like so fun to watch. It was literally one of those things where it was like I was kind of like living through them because I wasn't gonna be able to do none of that stuff. I mean, I wasn't a skateboarder, but I had a skateboard. I used it somewhat. But to be able to do this, to be able to be that active or be that destructive all at the same time, destructive, active, creative, and have fun, and to be able to scare your mom and your dad like that at the same time. But your dad is smiling 90% of the time and your mom is screaming 90% of the time, but she knows what's going on. When I say blissful, when I say the memories that you shared with the world, thank you, Bam. Thank you.
But what you don't know is that it was raining so bad that day.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
Some of the heaviest rain is moving into the Westchester area. It looks like most of it is going to continue into tomorrow.
It fucking rains. You have all these pro skaters here, and it's raining.
That rainstorm made history books. We had to order $10,000 worth of tents to try to keep it dry, to at least get a little bit of skating done. And it worked out in the
$10,000 worth of
end,
tarp.
but that was just such the wrong day to choose to have a skate jam at the house.
They had to get tarps to go over those ramps, and they had to figure out ways to hold the tarps with a ton of water in it. So what they did was they came through our bedroom window, and we have a bump out, and they tied the whole tarp to the bottom of Phil's gigantic desk.
This is Phil's desk. This is where he pays my bills.
And it held it. But when they all left and the circus left town, every time it rained, that whole bump out on our house got pulled this way from the weight of the water, and we had a waterfall that came through our window.
Oh, wow.
And the bump out. Like, the cleanup here is insane.
I believe it.
Like when Rab was downstairs and we had all the pinball machines and stuff, and he was living back there.
And he sleeps back here. He's been here for a month and a half.
He pulled himself up on like a pipe that was hanging, and for the longest time we couldn't figure out why toilets weren't flushing. We had no suction in the whole thing, and it's because he pulled it down and broke the vacuum. That took 3 days to figure out.
Wow.
And that was not fun.
They played ice hockey in here,
I
too.
was about to bring that up. The ice rink.
Yeah, that was fun.
This is great.
Hey, Abe's having fun for one.
Yeah, that's good.
We turned the
Yo, her
living room
laugh
into
is
a
so,
fucking ice
so
skating rink
pure.
and ordered some professionals to do the triple Lindy. DiCamillo, of course, loves hockey, so he was in there having a little private game with himself.
I played ice hockey when I was younger a bit, so I always loved the fact that they're like, oh, let's put Rab on skates, he'll probably just eat shit. And then like I'd, be half naked in a jockstrap with the skates on, and I'd skate in like just some regular ice hockey player, and they're like, wait, what the hell? Because the real idea is you want us to fail at whatever we're doing, and that's the funny part. They did figure out a way for me to fail. They put this cup on, and they started taking slap shots like at the cup, and dude, it hit me so hard in the legs, and I had like all these welts everywhere. And then at one point, like half a ball was hanging out below the bottom of the cup, and the puck just goes screaming into it, and nails me in the nuts so hard. Like I thought I was protected, totally not.
Painful.
Just sandwiched the balls like right in between the cups.
Painful.
And the worst.
That was amazing. I had played ice hockey when I was a kid, so Bam had asked me to come down.
Anthony here is going to take some slap shots of hamburgers right at Phil over there.
As a matter of fact, Mark and I had went down to visit April and Phil recently at the house, and I looked over at the living room where the ice actually was. I laughed, and Phil started laughing, and so did April, and I said, over 20 years ago, just imagine, Phil, I was shooting cheeseburgers and frozen English muffins at your head, and he cracked up. He was like, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
The ice skating rink was fucking awesome until they're trying to shoot frozen bananas at your fucking nuts. Like with real hockey sticks. One guy, I think he fucking played in college. I was like, you're not shooting a frozen banana, like, trying to hit me in the nuts. There's no fucking way. So that's why I jumped the fuck out. I was like, I'm not losing my teeth.
Yeah.
Not over this.
But when we had to replace the carpeting, the guy that came in said, what in the hell happened to your baseboards? And I'm like, oh, well, that's actually from the ice skaters. And they're like, no, the
Hey,
baseboards. We're talking about the baseboards. I'm like, yeah, what's from ice skating in here? So, lady, nobody has ice skaters in their living room. I'm like, I did. It was doubly embarrassing because to put new carpeting in, we had to move these corner pieces out, and we found like, oh my God, oranges and bagels behind it had fallen down behind big pieces of furniture.
I wonder how many renovations
So
they had to go
like
through.
I've been so embarrassed here so many times trying to explain stuff to people that have no knowledge of like what happened. Right? I got to make a lot of explanations.
Right. Right.
Why would anybody have this? And I'm like, well,
Wow.
here's what happened. Here's how it went. One day in band camp, you know.
Right, right. What about the alligator? Where was the alligator at when you found it?
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, right near the island, right?
Right in front of here.
When you saw the alligator there, were you just afraid, or did you think, oh, they're filming something?
No, so, well, we had all done one season of Jackass.
Right.
And it was a time when Senator Lieberman had stepped in, and he was like worried that kids were going to like copy things that were done on Jackass, but the things that were being copied, like boiling water on your friend, like that was never done on the show. So anything anybody did dumb was being blamed on the show. So we were filming through the week, like maybe they would do 20 skits, and they would only okay like 5. Knoxville and BAM and everything. It's like, dude, we're just killing ourselves here for nothing. So let's just be done with the first season, and then Paramount picked up the movie, and then they could do whatever they wanted.
Right.
So I came home late from work that night, and Phil and I had a code. I'm like, if they're there, call me.
Why are you giving it away?
Because
Yo, it's
I
like,
said, let me.
You know who can hold water? Phil. How long ago was that y'all had that code and Phil still like, why you giving it away? We know who ain't snitching. We know that for a fact. Phil got that, you know what I'm saying? He holding it down. Cause he ain't even let that out. He ain't even let that out. But she definitely still came home to an alligator crocodile in the fucking kitchen.
Me know, like we'll have a code word like it's a 911 situation, like they're there. So I remember being very late from work, and I said, anything happening at the house? And he goes, no, all's good, all's clear. I'm like, good. I'm just gonna go home and die. So I came in the house, and the first thing I thought of was, oh my God, all the freaking lights are on. Does no one shut lights off in this house? I mean, really, it was lit up like freaking Christmas. And there's many times I've gone into Bam's house and every light is on and he's left town.
Yeah.
And his TV's on, you know? So I came around here and I saw that. And I thought, okay, they have a budget with Paramount, and how much did this thing cost? Because it's not real impressive. I'm like, that probably cost a fortune, you know what I mean, to get a prop. So I remember saying, is this thing real?
At first you walked in, glanced at it, thought it was fake, and then realized that, you know, you're dealing with BAM, you're dealing with Jackass, and that thing is real as
They had to be in their 40s at that time.
They told me that I said it like 56 times.
But the F word, or is it real?
Is it real? The alligator was real. They got it from Pocono Alligator Farm, and it was February, so they had to keep him in the van. If an alligator's cold, he's dormant, kind of. But as he was warming up, he started moving, but it looked kind of mechanical to me, you know? So when it started moving, I locked myself in the laundry room, and I'm like, you need to tell me right now, like, is that thing real or not? And I think when they told me it was real, I like lost my shit. So, you know, and I didn't back then say the F word very often, like it was an emergency. So I guess that was a big deal that I said that.
That is the scariest fucking thing I ever saw in my whole life.
Don't leave. Where the hell you going?
Yeah, you had two ones.
You need an emergency to use the F word. Hey, yo.
6-footer and a 4-footer. You got the 6-footer, they try to scare me with a 4-footer.
Bam! What? Are these real, these things?
But it looked so fake. I was just petting it and everything. They said, "This ain't going to work. You're petting an alligator." I said,
"Well, we
it's
didn't
fake.
know
I thought it was fake."
Well, it's funny because years later when we did, I think, Jackass 3, we had wrapped out in California and thought we were done. We had the luncheon, you know, wrap reel. Went back to our hotel room. That's when the gorilla was there.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was real.
Why is Phil so calm?
Alligator.
And he actually knocked the trainer out, and he was laying on the floor.
Just don't make any sudden movement. Don't make eye contact with him.
And Bam was saying, "Oh my God, do you have anything?" And I said, "I have like crackers from on the plane." And I remember just throwing it crackers. And I'm like, "What are we gonna do?" Because like he's on the loose, and the guy who's the trainer is like, "No, he's knocked out."
I got crackers.
So, I mean, I really thought we're in a bad situation. And then when he laid down, I'm like, I went up and it was Pontiac.
Oh my God! I can't believe it.
I wanted to smack him right in the head.
And fucking Chris Pontius actually took classes, a lot of them, to learn how to move like a gorilla to make it look as real as possible, and it looked real as shit.
But we just eat that big buffet lunch, and I was aiming for the bathroom.
You always make a big deal about the lunch.
I know, but I let the thing run around. I just ran to the bathroom. I couldn't hold it.
Where is he? I had to take a mean shit. There's a gorilla. I know, I had to take a mean shit. It was coming out.
I was holding it the whole way home.
It was coming out.
About no gorilla. I went to the bathroom.
They took the bathroom door off in the hotel room, so
that
we
you couldn't
wouldn't
hide.
lock ourselves in and run
I
away
go
from
without
it.
the door. I don't remember the door.
Yeah,
it wasn't
there was
there.
no door.
It wasn't
Well, I
there.
still went.
And that
Don't
was
matter to
really
me.
embarrassing.
Don't matter to me.
Oh, quick story about behind that.
Yeah,
the
didn't you
thing.
guys knock some holes in the wall?
I'll feel better. I will actually feel better.
She had this sandal.
Tony Hawk punched it through. It went through the bathroom, knocked the bathroom mirror. The bathroom mirror is right behind
He
that
felt
wall.
so bad.
The mirror broke the sink. It was crazy.
I still have the piece of wall
That
that
he
he
signed.
knocked in, and he signed it.
No way.
Still have it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if you saw all the props we had, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh yeah, I'm
Even
sure.
the plaster face of Bam's face for Jackass 1, when they
Yeah.
had to age him.
Oh yeah.
And we had to bring it home from California. He says, "Would you take that home?" And I said, "Sure." So it went on the carousel when, you know, all the luggage comes set down.
Right.
And the face slid out of the box.
Bro.
So it was going around with him like that. It was
That's
so
creepy,
funny. I
yeah.
know, it was so creepy.
What about when Turbo Negro played in here? That was a
That was
party.
right against the
Yeah, that
fireplace.
was in
I think.
here
Yeah.
too.
We have 8 amps in this house. It's gonna blow the windows out.
The second episode, which is called Don't Feed Phil. I put up 2 billboards in the greater Philadelphia area of a picture of Phil. It just says, "Don't Feed Phil." I have an airplane going through all of Westchester just looping around saying to not feed Phil.
I called you and I said, I just passed a plane that says "Don't Feed Phil" heading towards our house. He goes,
You
"Are
flew
you
over
kidding me?"
there, so-
I said, "I just passed it on 202.
And there was a truck that went by.
I said,
that said
flying
it,
through
and a
Westchester.
billboard had it. It was great. Don't feed Phil.
We actually had a news article, and Preston and Steve talked about it on FM radio.
It's an all points bulletin. No food allowed for Phil at all today.
Hey, come here.
If you see a guy coming up to you, very large, chunky guy who kind of looks like Bam, begging, he's got a beard. Give him food. Don't give him any food. He's about 480 pounds.
To the point where Phil even tried to go to a secret pizza shop, and they wouldn't even give him one slice for $80.
That's one slice right there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more than a number slice.
I'm just leaving, and Rabbit, you hand over here. He wouldn't give you a slice?
You're trying to bribe him with $80.
He wouldn't give you the slice.
Not even for $80, dude.
What the heck is going on here? It was a true nightmare. Like, I thought I could... Rab took me, we stopped there for pizza,
He
and I offered
thought-
the guy $80, and he says, no.
He thought it would actually be for filming, but they would actually give him some lunch, and they didn't.
I've had this insurance agent since I was a teenager, and I went to see her. Her name is Wendy, and when she was opening a bag of chips, I said, "Give me some chips," and Rab wouldn't even let me have a chip.
Yo.
What I always remember about Phil and Don
Dedication.
Vito is they're like, "Hey, let's do a
The
cheesesteak hoagie
dedication.
split," and they would just order like 2 full, big ass, like 24-inch hoagie and a cheesesteak, and then split it, and you're like, that is like the most food I've ever seen. I'm like, how the hell, I can eat that for like a whole week, and they're just eating it in one sitting. And I think that's what inspired, like, hey, we need to cut it down on what you're eating here. And it was, you know, all good fun, just messing around with him, knocking food out of his hand, making sure people, you know, just didn't let him eat, and it was hilarious.
Conveniently, one of my favorite bands from Norway happened to be in town on a tour, and they took the day off to have a live rock concert in my living room.
What did you do? Oh my God! Oh my God! There are all these people coming in our house.
If we didn't feed Phil.
Yo, I'm like stuck, because this is just crazy. Like the stuff that I used to watch.
Phil went 24 hours without eating, but then when midnight hit, he completely got to stuff his face.
3, 2, 1.
Phil made it 24 hours without eating.
It was disgusting.
I didn't throw up, but I should have.
It was disgusting.
I've only thrown up 3 times in my life, and that should have been the 4th time, but I didn't throw up.
That was so gross.
So that, I figured out later, is worse for your body than just having 3 meals a day.
You know, Hank was so nice.
I know.
You know, too many people have like left the show.
Right.
It's a shame because he was really a cool guy.
You small jackass children, I was a little puppet master making you all do these silly things and become unfriendly, and now I travel away from here and leave you all in a frenzy, becoming enemies. I have sown strife among you, and I will rule the world and be a puppet master to this whole continent.
You guys had the skate ramp out back.
Yeah, well, we've been doing some yard work, so I know
We
there's
won't show
stuff
the yard
everywhere.
work.
I know it's bad, but this is where the skate ramp used to be.
Now, when the half pipe was built, the East Coast vert ramp, what that means, it's 7 foot, and then we had a bold corner with a hole in it. I got a lot of tricks done on that thing, and you know, we would get little ledges and tables to ollie up, lip slide, and all kinds of things. I was really pumped on that half pipe. I wasn't too fond that it was a foot higher than it should be, but it made me learn a lot of rad tricks on it. Probably one of my favorites was Nollie 270 50-50 to front rock. Punch. That was the first time I've ever done that. And you know, it was just a perfect ramp to blast nollies off of. You know, we've had some rad sessions on that ramp. Bucky Lasik did this weird backside 180, like frontside grind to fakie. I did a sick tray bomb to nose bash. Shot on 35 in Haggard. Derek Krasauskas nose blunt. And some epic shit to go down. Tony Hawk at your fucking house doing a McTwist.
That is sick.
Novak was coming from Baltimore, fresh off of heroin, so he tried a frontside nose blunt on the 7 foot and just bashed his chin so hard I might have had to show it at least 10 times.
Bam!
Things like that you could just watch over and over again and it never gets old. DiCamillo would always show up with these big giant cardboard paper mache things, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm building a fake castle so we could have a flaming bow and arrow, fire it at Ryan Dunn, and we'll just charge him, and then it'll all come crashing down, you know? When we were building all the ramps inside and outside of the house, we had to do a little MTV promo, and they gave us a pretty good budget that I was kind of surfing the web looking for something unique to do, and we found this chimpanzee from Alabama that knows how to skateboard. So I gave them a call. They agreed to come 2 days later. This chimpanzee really did know how to skate.
He was the cutest thing. He stayed with me all day.
Holy shit.
And hugged me like I was his mom.
It was amazing.
He loved BAM. And he thought that BAM's board was better because it was doing better tricks. So he kept switching boards with Bam, thinking that his did better things than the one he had.
The monkey thought if he stole Bam's board, he would do the same trick, but he kept stealing the board. He never did the trick.
So after hugging him and skating with this chimpanzee for a little while, I finally gave him my skateboard as a thank you gift. And then I think there was still money in the budget left, so we just ordered a mariachi band from Kennett Square real quick.
So like I'm just wondering, was the goal to spend all of the money in the budget? Was that the goal? To spend every single dollar in the budget for each show? I'm not even gonna lie. I want to keep watching this, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna end this right now, man, because I got to a point where I couldn't even say too much. But let me say this: this show again was a big inspiration and like wilding out and just having fun. That was like the type of fun where it didn't really cost much, even though there it did cost, but to just have fucking fun, you know what I mean, and put a smile on my face or people that I was around at that given time. This was a thought process and just do some of the wildest shit we could think of. Did it happen for me? No. I didn't get into cameras and video stuff until about 2000. What, 10 years later? Like 10 years later, 2010, 2013, somewhere like that, 2013. But in 2003 or 2, when all this started, and then the Jackass movies, it was just something hard to not be entertained by, or something hard not to like. I guess because like I was around the same age as them. Um, I really envied the fact that their mom and their dad was kind of like in tune with it at the same time, and the group of friends. I always liked it. That I always liked it. The whole aspect of like having a group of friends you always dedicated to doing some fun shit with. Back in that day, I had a group of friends, but again, I'm from the hood, so it was a little bit different when it came to our groups of friends and shit like that. Um, but this was one of the shows that when you watched it, you felt free. You didn't feel as though you were watching a show that you literally felt as though that you uh were limited by, or that had like a limit of what the entertainment would be from it. You felt free watching this show, watching them be free, watching them just enjoy themselves, not knowing that they had this endless amount of budget for each show. I knew they was spending some crazy money, but I didn't know what the budget was at that time. I think I'm gonna come back and do the rest of this joint if I can. I want to, but we gonna end it here. Shout out to Bam. Shout out his family. Shout out the whole Jackass crew. Man, thank y'all. Thank y'all for some endless great entertainment. Because if I sit here and keep watching this, man, I know I ain't gonna say too much. I'm literally gonna just be watching this, just thinking back of like all the times where it was just like and this joint was so fun to watch. Like right now, it's so exciting to watch because it's just remembering back then. Now I didn't have all the greatest memories back then because like I said, in 2000 I got kicked out of school. I had to graduate in 2001. I had to go to night school, and then you know what I'm saying, at that time I graduated to the streets, so that was life. But um, man, man, good times.